Akashvani.
Radioscope, the National Science Magazine program.
Hello there and welcome to this edition of Radioscope. This evening in our editorial section, we remember some of our pioneering women scientists. Let's listen.
Science is the guiding light that helps mankind transit from darkness to the well-lit realm of knowledge. Women scientists have contributed a great deal in keeping the light alive and flickering with hope. In spite of all the unfair regulations of patriarchy and the challenges thrown towards women by nature, these women scientists have inspired the mankind and guided us towards a progressive world. Let us briefly get introduced to 5 such women scientists who have made the world a better place through their research and contributions to the field of science. India's and Karnataka's first women engineer, Rajeshwari Chatterjee, is one such inspiring women scientist. She faced rejections at a few great science institutes to receive guidance just because of her gender, but she went ahead with confidence and self-belief. She established the first microwave engineering laboratory in India. Dr. Rajeshwari has done enormous research in the field of electron tube circuits, radio engineering, and has received laurels and awards like J.C. Bose Memorial Award, Mountbatten Award, and many more. Dr. Anna Mani is another inspiring women scientist who has also become the first women meteorologist of India. When she was a child, she was refusing birthday gifts in the form of jewelry but was pleading for encyclopedias. This throws light on her deep-rooted interest about science and academics. She grew up and took up the responsibility to head a team of 121 male scientists. She played a pivotal role in training her colleagues on designing instruments and assembling them to accurately measure wind speed and solar energy. Her contributions to the field of meteorological instrumentation has paved way for greater achievements in the field of physics and meteorology. Dr. Aditi Pant is another Indian women scientist who inspires young girls to open up their horizons and reach for their dreams and aspirations. Aditi Pant is the first Indian woman to visit the unwelcoming Antarctica. She was a part of Indian Antarctic program and played pivotal role in establishing Dakshina Gangotri, the first Indian science research base in Antarctica. This woman oceanographer, who was inspired by the book Open Sea, is an inspiration herself to the current and future generations to dedicate themselves to the field of research and science. Dr. Dorothy Hodgkins, a European woman scientist who excelled in X-ray crystallography, has worked enormously in the field of chemistry. She was an expert in understanding the 3-dimensional structure of important biochemicals. Through this research of hers, she solved the puzzle of structure of the first ever antibiotic, that is penicillin. She also changed the world of people struggling by diabetes by analyzing and understanding the 3-dimensional structure of insulin hormone. This helped in synthesis of insulin in lab, and the rest is history, as we all know. This Nobel laureate and every other women scientist are trailblazing achievers who transform the present and future of our world distinctively. Let us celebrate them and their magnificent contributions by incorporating scientific thinking in everyday life, and that would make a big difference to the future.
Hello there and welcome to this edition of Radioscope. This evening in our snippet section, we take a glance at some scientific technical innovations by students. Being presented to you by Amulya S. She is a science content writer. Over to you, Amulya.
In today's episode, with full spirit, we are meeting young change makers who dare to ask, "What if?" and then build the answers themselves. So, sit back as we tune in one story at a time. First, let's head across the globe. Daniel Park, a student from the United States, won the Invention Convention America's Best in Show. His project wasn't just impressive, it was potentially life-saving. Daniel created a simulation focused on perchlorate bioremedication, a method to clean up a harmful chemical that can affect our soil, water, and even our thyroid. He modeled how special proteins called PCR A, B, C, D can help neutralize these toxins. Now that may sound highly technical, and it is. But think about it. A student working from a lab bench or maybe even a bedroom desk may have just unlocked a safer path for our planet. Back in India, another young innovator was thinking about the sun, not for warmth but for power. Meet Japtek Singh Bhamra, a class 12 student from Himachal Pradesh. He won the Build a Better Future award for his creation, the Solar Mech engine. This brilliant engine uses concentrated solar heat and electromagnetic induction to generate mechanical energy. It also works in reverse as a heat pump. Versatile, clean, and full of promise. Japtek's work earned him a $15,000 grant. But more than money, he has earned hope from communities looking for energy alternatives. His invention is not just green, it's glowing with purpose. Now let's visit Bengaluru, meet Priyanka MN. A class 10 student from Tumukuru stunned the nation with automatic pesticide sprayer, a device that senses crop needs and sprays pesticides without manual effort. Her model featured simple, sustainable mechanisms and practical design that helped reduce pesticide exposure for farmers while improving spray precision. She earned national recognition through the Inspire Manak National Science Exhibition, where her idea was featured among the top Karnataka models showcased in New Delhi. Priyanka's invention reminds us that sometimes a student's response to a local problem can ripple out to become a national example. Smart, safe, and forward-thinking. Real innovation doesn't always arrive in labs. It often grows where empathy meets ingenuity, in schoolyards and rural dreams. Now, it's time to thank and celebrate one of India's proud sons, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla of the Indian Air Force, whose journey to space has marked a new milestone in Indo-American space collaboration. Shubhanshu Shukla became a key astronaut aboard the Axiom Machine 4, a mission that carried more than just dreams. It carried science, diplomacy, and India's deep commitment to Earth observation. His role was central to the Nisar mission, the world's first joint Earth monitoring satellite developed by NASA and ISRO. From aboard the International Space Station, he worked on real-time calibration efforts, validating how spaceborne radar interacts with Earth's surface. That is, data that will help predict floods, monitor crops, and study climate changes. But his job wasn't limited to experiments. Shubhanshu also acted as a mission-level bridge between ISRO and NASA, relaying technical feedback, sharing live orbital observations, and ensuring smooth integration of Indian space science with international operations. As he floated in that vast silence above us, he wasn't just representing India, he was carrying the dreams of 1 billion hearts. Thank you, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, for looking down from space, not just with science, but with care.
We took a look at some scientific technological innovation by students. And dear listeners, that brings us to the end of this edition of Radioscope. We hope you enjoyed your evening with us. The program was presented and produced by Rosalind Matthew. This was a presentation of Akashvani Bengaluru, brought to you by Akashvani Delhi.
Radioscope, the National Science Magazine program.